me life. I'll change yours. Good besides. I say rolling on the high. Baby, low.
Seize the moment. Right away, no doubt then.
WEFM, the new fresh sound.
WhatsApp us or call us at 457-9997. Activated Mornings on WeFM 99.9 is on now.
And we are back with you for the final segment of our program this morning. This is the Talk to Us Open Forum, and this is where you, as listeners, can be even more interactive with us this morning by calling number 457-9997 for us to discuss anything. Maybe something that we spoke about earlier this morning, maybe something that you wanted to address that we talked about last week. Something brand new that comes to your mind that you want the opinions of maybe Doc and myself, you can do that, all right, by calling number 457-9997. Phone lines are open. All righty, so Doc, how was your carnival season though? Did you go anywhere?
It was quiet.
Were you outside?
It was quiet.
It was quiet.
I had a carnival season a little similar to yours, you know.
Which was what?
I listened a lot, live stream and so forth, and participated in that particular way. But I kept in touch, you know, with what's going on. And so
you had a lot of visitors to your site. We have a call.
Yes.
Okay, so let's all right, Queen's morning.
Morning. About this Fire Empress. Fire Empress says she stopped take part in Sokumara. That was the last year.
Yes.
I'm not sure if she says for the Calypso tour just is Sokumara.
It's just so when we did the interview with her, I got the impression it was just going to be for the Soca. Yeah.
Oh, you did the interview.
For Sokumara.
Yeah, that's probably because the amount of money you have to invest in it. I heard her say yesterday, she said she spent $20,000.
Oh,
money.
I think part of it is that she said that she's been in the industry, like doing soca for like about 20 something years. And now that she's gotten older, you know, she's a grandmother and all of that. So I think, I mean, she doesn't look it, but I think that is the reason why she, you know, said that she's going to get the young people this age, you know, so.
Yeah, many people left the young people, only fireman, Dr. Thompson's body that's staying in there 27 years. Everybody else who started with him is gone.
Well, that's the point I'm making. You know, that's why we should just give up on Juve. We should give up on all these things to claim. Let's forget about all. Listen, I tell you something. As a medical doctor,
ageism is a thing, boy.
As a medical doctor, I want to recommend people as you get older, stay engaged. Don't let people force you out or tell you, run. We don't want you anymore. You done your time. You're sailing to the sunset. Go on.
But I wonder if the conversation is a little different for her as it is to fireman, because I have no issue with fireman staying on.
Yeah.
But I know for women, it almost seems as if when we get to a certain age, it's expected that we have to fall back out of certain things.
I think trends, you know, sorry, Queens. Artists, we notice in the pop world in England, they're one-hit wonders. They're people who go on for a time and then they fade because the music changes and so forth. You know what I mean? These things happen. If you're still relevant and you're still good, that's fine. You know,
Queens.
I agree with Skinny and Problem not taking part in competition again, because you're spending, as Fire Empress said, $20,000. Let's run it off to 10,000 US. And they sometimes, like Skinny and Problem, they could have a booking the Friday night or the Saturday night outside singing and make that money, $10,000 12,000, 15,000 US, and you're gonna spend that on Soca Monarch, there's no guarantee you're gonna win.
Yeah.
So I agree with them putting. I remember a guy in Trinidad named Jagger T. He's a DJ at 96.1 in Trinidad. He took part in the Soca Monarch in Trinidad, and the parents' fee was 100,000 Trinidadian dollars. That's rounded off to about 16,000 US. And he come and said, he has something called Go Down Low, Go Down Low. He came on stage and he had no props at all, no dancers, no props.
But that was like Benjai. I think Benjai just came on stage in his, I think it's just his boxers, and he had nobody behind him. And it was a popular song at the time, but Benjai had nothing. So, I mean, the running joke at that time was, if you win, all the money would go to him. He has nobody to pay out, you know, so.
So you still win at the end of the day. He walk over 16,000 US. You didn't have to spend no money.
Yeah.
If you spend that money,
But Queens, if you're talking about two artists, Skinny and Problem Child, you could say yes, because they have an outlet, the type of music. But when you start to extend that to 10 artists, 20 artists, and so forth, they're not all going to be able to go in that direction to the same degree.
They don't have bookings outside, but I'm talking about those two specific artists. I agree with
wonderful.
them.
Applaud them. Wonderful. I mean, Problem Child, a party song and so forth. I mean,
and sometimes you have a show on Saturday, but you might get a show on Friday. I'm not talking about outside St. Vincent. They do a show on Friday, but they want to rest their voice for Saturday show. Yeah. So they mix that money, plus they're spending money, and you win nothing. Doc, you didn't get fired with you this year. I think twice on the morning program you were able to get fired in the studio. You didn't get him this year. Well, able to hook him in.
Well, I know you're digging and so forth. I know you're digging.
It's not too late, it's not too late.
No, but you know, this morning I spoke about Juve. But I mean, Josh was saying they don't talk about kind of a finish and so, but I still talk about it. No, you know something? You leave that up to the individual. We got him on because he had won, right? That's part of it. And we wanted to celebrate. I wanted to celebrate that aspect. Yes, I'm agreed. He is from North Leeward, and I do like to support some of these folks from North Leeward. You know, you're absolutely right. That is true. Problem Child is from Chumaka. Skinny Fabulous is my cousin, also from Shacklebele.
From North Leeward too.
You haven't asked why don't we get Problem Child on and Skinny on and so forth. Have they been on?
Because you bring him on twice on one list. So I thought it would have been a regular thing during Carnival that you would get him on during the period on a Monday when you have your thing, you know?
After the show, I think we got him on after the show. We got him after he had won the competition, you know?
Okay, well,
we got him on after.
We could try to get him on
again.
But
hear what I'm saying. Hear the point of it. I'm telling you, Problem Child, his family is from Chumaka. And
I know.
You should be saying that these artists, I should try and get them all on and so forth. We could try and get them on.
I'm not talking about them, man.
You're talking about them. No. You're trying to jab. He tried to. So when he say he trying to jab, but you got some bias there, boy. But you got some bias.
Skinny and
Queens, why are you so biased sometimes? Oh,
Skinny and Problem. I heard many interviews with them, not just in St. Vincent, but other stations.
But why don't ask me, why don't I bring them on? Why you have to bring them on?
No, because I heard them do many interviews in various other countries besides St. Vincent.
And you've heard,
so that's why.
And you've heard, you mean you've only heard Fireman on my show alone? What, really?
In St. Vincent show, I don't hear him on outside St. Vincent.
All right,
on station outside Vincent. Anyway,
that's not true. That's not true.
All right,
you ain't listening. You ain't listening.
Have a good day. Bye.
Why the bias involved, boy?
Well, I don't understand. Okay.
He jabbed fire.
You probably have to explain that to me after, because I know he was on last year.
He was on last year. He'd won and so forth. But he said, now that he's lost, get him on again. So he can jab him again. You know? That's what they want to say. You know?
All righty then. Okay, so the phone lines are open. I saw that several persons were trying to call. So you can go ahead and call at this time. All right. So number to call is 457-9997.
but there's some. I like Problem Child. There's some fireman haters around the place, boy. I tell you, that's so true.
But I think that there are many of us who appreciate fireman for sticking it out as well.
We do.
And
there's some
one of the
people,
other things that many of the young artists say they want Fire to stay in the competition so they could actually beat him.
Yeah.
You know, so
and this year that happened.
That's happened.
So next year, what happens? He should ease out, go out.
All right, Dave. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I'm glad to see you on the troublemaker there, Dr. Gerald Thompson. So much has been said for the morning, but sticking with Calypso.
Releasa, you are a troublemaker, Releasa? Releasa is not a troublemaker, Dave. Stop this.
Don't be machine this. You ain't talking to no this and that, you know. I know what I'm saying.
We have to have respect for you because
all right, so
you're not a this and that.
Is over. What next? What next after all of this?
Next guy.
I can't wait to hear how much money was spent for this carnival. You know, I'm looking to hear if it was a big success. And also financially, because reports were that some of these CDC events were poorly attended, and now it seems as though private parties have taken over. You know, so there's quite a lot of things that the organizers of Vincima still have to come to terms with. Mm-hmm. When the launch was, or when the changeover was made to June, July, and so on, I think by now Vincima should have been out there, top of everything and so on. But I'm just listening these days and picking up the vibes. But one thing I'm pleased with, I say it already, is with the performance of the female Calypsonians. And I'm hearing some new voices which I'm not yet familiar with. But to listen to that Calypso by the Monarch.
Shani.
What's the name of it again, oh Lord?
Lift Me Up.
Huh?
Lift Me Up.
Oh, Lift Me Up, all right. And then there's the other one. There's the other one too, which I haven't heard much. I knew Chef in Town. Yeah, man. These Calypsos were well constructed, and especially the Monarch. Oh boy, she has a lovely voice. Her voice has captivated me. And with Adrian Bailey as her husband. Well, I already said on another station that for she to come to maintain her performance and so on, or to get better, she really has, I think she has set the bar high with that first Calypso as becoming Monarch and so on. But big up to her. Big up to is Shannon, that's her name?
Shanique.
I am very proud of her, and I hope she continues to be successful, so that she can represent St. Vincent and Grenadines at the highest level, and those in authority will capitalize on what she has to offer and so on. Yeah, so hearing a lot of things. I'm still wishing St. Vincent and Grenadines peace and love. I have grown tired of hearing negatives, and so now's the time for positive vibes. Even Dr. Thompson will agree that gone are the days of what used to happen. We don't want to repeat that anymore. Thank you. Have a good day.
Bye, Dave.
Yeah, the background.
Oh boy.
Releasa, I've had a problem with something. Carnival, we've said there's a change in trend.
Mm-hmm.
The money that's spent from CDC and the revenues and so that comes to CDC is part of the whole carnival. The shows that Skinny Fabulous and Problem Child bring off, the private parties, the other events, the escapes, All these are all part of what is carnival. So we have to look at how many visitors came in, the spending of visitors, the hotel revenue, and all this sort of thing. Go ahead.
Good morning. Good morning.
Morning.
Okay, I will be stopping fire question. My parents were stopping the competition inside, all competition. So that doesn't mean she stops singing.
No, I didn't get the impression that she's stopping calypso. I know for soca.
I'm telling you that she finished all competitions.
Oh, all including calypso. Wow. Okay.
Yeah. But she will still be performing but not competing. That's what the difference is.
Okay.
So she'll have soca songs and then she'll have I don't know if she'll do a calypso because if she's not competing, I don't know if she'll try the calypso, but soca songs will come I guess, and because that's what she makes her money to that department, so she still has to be relevant.
Okay.
But in terms of competing, I don't think she will be competing in any form of competition. That's what she said to me, and I think I heard that over the radio too, which means saying it for a while now.
Okay.
All
right. Thanks, Kojo.
Mr. Buck.
Yes.
Mr. Buck.
Yes.
I've been in that studio almost 100 times and I only see you once.
You need to plant yourself. If you plant yourself here, especially on a Monday or a Wednesday,
I'll tell you something. I am exactly. Wednesday is a little late in the evening, but guess what? On a Wednesday, just call in after 8 p.m. You don't have to be in the studio. The world is open. There are people.
Y'all have a male-to-male session?
You could be
male issues.
Male issues. We've done that. We've done that.
No, I mean, have Kojo here. You and him talk about
Kojo, we'll talk. We'll do that. All right. You're the best.
Hey.
But listen.
We're not letting you know what's in the stand.
Let me see if I could organize for tomorrow because Maka not here today. So yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
I
was gonna say, I hope you're wrong. Many people have expressed they've done with that, and so I'm hoping it's just maybe soca, Mona, and that she's still gonna sing. Because guess what? Coming up with a good song every single year. She came in 4th. But she could come up with something good that, boy, this may have some legs, and she goes back into the competition. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Yeah.
But let me say something, Mr. Coons. I will be up almost more than a week. So we meet up and have a great break. They seem like we be talking to each other on the radio, so we should be sitting up.
So you say y'all gonna break bread?
Yeah, then please.
I want to see a picture. All right, okay. All right, Kojo. All right, we get a little bit of feedback, but thanks anyhow. All right. All righty. So we're gonna bring our community. We're going to bring our Talk to Us open forum to an end. Doc, I don't know if there was anything final that you wanted to say. No?
Fine,
All right. So I think spilling off from, where did it come from? I think it might have been, or what Dave said and you were starting to say. In terms of, yes, monies were spent for Carnival. But yes, it would be good to know, let's say from the standpoint of the hotels, I know Airbnbs in a sense, what the feedback from many of them.
Yes,
right.
You've hit the nail. Sorry, but I wish we could continue that because we look at Carnival as an industry, as a form of our culture. What has been the impact and so forth and things like that? Was there elements of reduced crime, robbery, and so forth during that period of time? Participation, rural carnival, this other thing. How the kids, the schools competition, but the economics don't just look at how much was spent given to CDC and how much CDC make and how much people went to the Calypso finals and so forth. And we judge it based on that. We have to judge the whole thing, Dave. Yeah. You know what I mean? We have to judge the whole thing, and that will give us a much better picture.
Right. And I know that I believe it might have been Ezzy I heard say this, but there is going to be an exit survey of sorts or questionnaire that's going to be given to departing persons from SVG.
Okay.
They're supposed to get it at the airport. So they'll be allowed to give, or they'll be able to give their feedback in terms of, well, I suppose if they came for the season or if they participated in anything in the season, they'll be able to give that feedback. So that information is going to filter back to the CDC, and I guess maybe for ways to improve, etc. But I would also like for there to be a survey done about persons who are here, not persons who are just leaving the country, but maybe they could do a survey to find out the views of persons who live here, who participated in Carnival, and who may have suggestions and their input. Because as I said last week, it's one thing for us to be coming on air and for us to be talking and we're giving our suggestions and we're giving our comments about this and that. But I don't think that it's being collected and collated in the right way for there to be improvements or in the long run. So while they're doing that survey for persons leaving, something should also be done for those of us who are here also.
And with surveys, we have to be very careful. The design of the surveys, the type of questions, they can't have any particular bias because what happens is that you end up with data that you can't properly analyze or give you wrong information. And having bad information is worse than having no information, because that bad information could be used to make bad decisions. That's the point.
Yeah. All righty. So that is our talk to us for today. And we are heading directly into today's community dateline.
Nothing else sounds as good as
WEFM.